Some routines make you busy. A few routines make you productive. But the right routine, it makes you wealthy. There's a reason the richest people in the world behave differently long before they become rich. It's not the money that changes them. It's the routine that shapes them. It's the schedule, the discipline, the tiny decisions repeated every day until they create a mountain of momentum. And today, in this audiobook, you're going to learn the exact routines the wealthy repeat so consistently, so quietly, so effectively, that money begins to chase them. Welcome to the Millionaire Routine, the routine you should copy. Not because imitation is flattering, not because the wealthy are special, but because patterns produce outcomes, and the patterns of the rich can be learned by anyone willing to adopt them. This is not about waking up at 4 a.m. This is not about forcing impossible discipline. This is about identifying the high-value behaviors that compound over years and transform ordinary people into extraordinary successes. Today, you begin learning those behaviors. Before we go deeper, ask yourself, what if you stopped searching for motivation and instead built a routine that didn't require motivation at all? What if your habits made success automatic instead of emotional? That is the millionaire routine. It's not glamorous. It's not dramatic. It's not built on hype. It's built on predictable repetition and ruthless elimination of anything that wastes your potential. Chapter 1. The Invisible Pattern of the Rich. Let's begin with the truth hardly anyone ever acknowledges. Wealthy people do not become wealthy because of one big decision. They become wealthy because of thousands of small decisions made consistently over time. People see the success, not the system. They see the breakthrough, not the blueprint. They see the achievement, not the architecture. But once you study the rich, truly study their behaviors, their days, their rhythms, you discover something. They all operate with a pattern, a rhythm, a routine. And no matter where they came from, no matter how poor or confused or lost they were at the beginning, they eventually build a daily structure that supports their future, not their feelings. Rich people do not rise to their level of goals. They fall to the strength of their routines. The first truth: your routine is either making you richer or keeping you stuck. There is no neutral routine. Every day, your habits are training your mind for discipline or distraction, growth or stagnation, wealth or survival, long-term thinking or short-term panic. Most people wake up and react to life. Millionaires wake up and design life. They build systems. They create space for thinking. They guard their attention with intensity. And they build days that pull them toward success even when motivation is low. The secret is simple. Millionaires don't rely on motivation. They rely on ritual, because emotion changes. Discipline does not. Hang on a sec. Hey there! Write in the comments what you'd like us to talk about in the next video. We promise to read all the comments and pick the best and most relevant topics. Thanks. Chapter 2. The Single Habit That Separates Millionaires from Everyone Else. Let's start with a habit that almost every rich person has in common. And no, it's not waking up early. That's optional. The real key is this: millionaires begin their day with intention, not reaction. While the average person wakes up and checks notifications, messages, gossip, problems, and chaos, millionaires wake up and check themselves, their mind, their goals, their priorities, their focus. The poor start their morning being pulled by the world. The rich start their morning by pulling themselves toward their purpose. This is why they don't rush. This is why they don't panic. This is why they always seem more calm than everyone else. It's not because they have less stress. It's because they have more control. Here's the truth. If you don't control the first 90 minutes of your day, someone else will control your entire day. That's why the millionaire routine begins long before the world wakes up. Not because of productivity, but because of sovereignty. Chapter 3. The Power of Disappearing Daily. One of the most consistent patterns among the wealthy, one that appears again and again in different forms, is this. They disappear every day for an hour, for 2 hours, sometimes for 4. Not to hide, not to escape, but to build. This time is sacred. And what they do inside this time is what separates them from everyone else. They think, they plan, they strategize, they learn. They create, they sharpen, they remove distractions, they focus on high-value work only they can do. Millionaires protect this time fiercely because they know one focused hour is worth more than 10 distracted ones. But most people never give themselves a single hour of focus, not even one. They live in noise, in constant stimulation, in endless reaction. The millionaire escapes that trap daily. While the world screams for attention, they retreat to silence and create leverage. This daily escape is not laziness. It is not avoidance. It is intentional isolation for mental clarity and strategic thinking. And without it, greatness never happens. Chapter 4. Your routine creates your identity. If you've ever wondered why certain people remain stuck in patterns that destroy their success, here's why. Your routine shapes your identity faster than your identity shapes your routine. If you wake up late, scroll aimlessly, avoid hard work, fill your mind with noise, and procrastinate every day, you eventually become someone who believes success isn't for you. But if you wake up with intention, work in silence, choose focus, and build discipline, you eventually become someone who expects success. Millionaires don't try to build a wealthy identity. They build wealthy routines, and the identity forms automatically. Identity follows behavior, not the other way around. Chapter 5. The Routine. You can copy starts now. Let me make this clear. You don't need to be rich to build the millionaire routine. You build the routine first, and the wealth follows. This is the formula that changes everything. 1. Wake with intention. 2. Protect the first 90 minutes. 3. Disappear daily to think, plan, or create. 4. Focus on high-value tasks, not busy work. 5. Stay silent about your moves. 6. Master consistency through structure. It's not complicated, but it is powerful. And if you start practicing these routines, even imperfectly, your results will shift faster than you think. And now, we go deeper, deeper into the millionaire morning, deeper into the daily system, deeper into the habits you must master. Because in the next chapter, you'll learn why copying the daily structure of millionaires works even if you start broke, behind, or unmotivated. Brace yourself. Chapter 6. Why copying a millionaire. Routine works even if you're broke. Before we go deeper into the routine itself, we need to confront something most people never understand. You don't follow a millionaire routine because you're rich. You follow it because you're not. People think routines are a privilege, but the truth is, a routine is the bridge between where you are and where you want to be. You don't build a routine because life is easy. You build a routine because life is chaotic. You don't follow structure because you have everything figured out. You follow structure because without discipline, your mind will drift and your life will fall apart. And here is the hidden truth. A millionaire routine works for anyone because it is based on human psychology, not money. It works for the broke. It works for the average. It works for the stressed. It works for the overwhelmed. Why? Because the routine fixes the very problems that keep people poor. Lack of clarity, lack of focus, procrastination, emotional reactivity, inconsistency, time blindness, distraction, low standards, no long-term thinking. A millionaire routine forces you to think differently. And once your thoughts shift, your behaviors shift. Once your behaviors shift, your results shift. Once your results shift, your income shifts. This is why rich people defend their routines like a fortress. They know their wealth depends on them. But here's the real secret. It's not the routine that makes you wealthy. It's who you become because of it. Chapter 7. The Habit the Rich Use to Avoid 99% of Problems. Let's talk about something that will change your life forever. Millionaires avoid almost all problems by making one decision early in the day. They decide their priorities before the world has a chance to distract them. Most people live in reaction mode. The world tells them what to do. They spend their entire day answering requests, handling problems, juggling noise, and dealing with other people's crises. Millionaires flip that upside down. They create their day. They direct their time. They place their priorities first, not after the chaos comes, but before it, before the texts, before the emails, before the excuses, before the interruptions. Because once the world pulls you into its noise, your life is no longer yours. The wealthy make a habit of asking themselves one question every morning. What are the top 1 to 2 things that will change my life if I do them today? Not 10 things, not 50 things, just 1 or 2. The average person tries to do everything and ends the day overwhelmed. Millionaires focus on the crucial tasks, the ones that pull the future closer. They understand a simple rule. If everything is important, nothing is important. This habit alone is a life changer. Dear friend, you're not here by accident. What brought you to this video today? Chapter 8. The Energy System of the Millionaire Routine. There's a part of the millionaire routine nobody ever talks about. It's subtle, it's quiet, but it's the glue that holds everything together. It's the energy system. Rich people protect their energy more fiercely than their money because they understand money is a byproduct of energy, low earning potential, high energy, high earning potential. So what do they do differently? They build routines that increase their energy rather than drain it. This means avoiding people who exhaust them, limiting conversations that go nowhere, choosing work that stretches them but doesn't suffocate them, scheduling first what energizes them, removing decisions that drain their willpower, creating mental space every morning, protecting their sleep like a non-negotiable asset. And because they protect their energy, they perform better. They think clearer. They solve faster. They create more. They feel more confident. They move with intention. While the average person wakes up exhausted and distracted, millionaires wake up with clarity because their routine prevents burnout before it happens. Let me say this plainly. Successful people don't have more energy. They waste less of it. Chapter 9. The Millionaire's Secret Weapon. Silent Momentum. You've probably noticed something. The wealthiest people rarely advertise their routines. They rarely show the grind. They rarely talk about what they're building. They rarely announce their progress. Because they understand momentum grows fastest in silence. This is why one of the most powerful routines of the wealthy has nothing to do with what they do, and everything to do with what they don't do. They don't overshare. They don't explain themselves. They don't brag prematurely. They don't seek validation. They don't leak their goals to people who don't believe in them. They don't tell their plans to people who won't support them. They don't chase applause. They protect their direction by keeping it private. Public pressure creates anxiety. Private pressure creates mastery. The average person broadcasts their goals to feel confident. Millionaires earn their confidence through action, not announcement. Understand this. You lose power every time you speak about something you haven't built yet. You gain power every time you stay silent and execute. Your silence becomes your strength. Your work becomes your voice. Your results become your announcement. Chapter 10. The routine that guarantees long-term success. At this point, you're beginning to see the pattern. Millionaire routines are not complicated. They are not extreme. They are not built on perfection. They are built on consistency, focus, silence, energy, intention, discipline, self-respect. These habits compound over years. They snowball. They turn invisibly into advantage. They turn quiet effort into loud results. The wealthy play a different game because they follow a different routine. And now you are learning that routine. But before we continue, I want to leave you with one idea that only truly sinks in once you begin practicing this. You are never more than 90 days away from a completely different life, if your routine is powerful enough. The next message will show you exactly how to build that 90-day transformation. We are about to break down the morning routine, the deep work routine, the evening routine, the weekly reset, the monthly audit, the habit protocol, the discipline loop. This is where everything becomes practical, clear, actionable, transformative. Get ready. The blueprint is next. Chapter 11. The Morning Routine of Millionaires, the 60-Minute Advantage. Let's begin with what matters most. Millionaires don't wake up and see how the day goes. They design their morning the same way a pilot prepares a plane before takeoff, with intention, precision, and zero room for chaos. And the rule they follow is simple. Win the first hour, and the day will follow. This is called the 60-minute advantage, and here's how it works. Millionaires divide their first hour into 4 pillars. 1. Silence, 10 minutes. Before the world enters their mind, they clear it. This can be meditation, deep breathing, journaling, sitting quietly, prayer, gratitude reflection, simply being present. It's not about spirituality. It's about control. You can't control your day if you can't control your mind. Silence is not optional for the wealthy. It's a weapon. 2. Movement, 10 minutes. Not a full workout, not a gym session, just movement. They stretch, they walk, they do push-ups, they activate their body. Why? Because a still body creates a foggy mind. Movement switches on focus, alertness, and discipline. It wakes up your ambition. 3. Planning, 10 to 15 minutes. This is the most important part. Millionaires plan their day before the day attacks them. They decide what the top priority is, what the second priority is, what can wait, what can be ignored, what must be eliminated completely. And here's the rule. If it doesn't move you forward, it doesn't belong on the list. Most people waste their mornings deciding what to do. Millionaires know exactly what they're doing the moment they get up. 4. Execution. 15, 20 minutes. Here's the part nobody talks about. Millionaires begin work before their brain can negotiate against it. They do one small win, one email, one task, one action, one step, one move. Not because it's huge, but because it builds momentum. Momentum is the most powerful psychological tool for productivity. When you start early, you finish strong. When you delay, you sabotage your entire day. This morning routine isn't a suggestion, it's an anchor. It tells your life, I'm in charge now. Chapter 12, The Deep Work Block, How Millionaires Create 10x Results. After the morning routine comes the most sacred part of the millionaire's day, the deep work block. This is the 2 to 4 hour window where millionaires get more done than most people do in an entire week. Why? Because deep work is the opposite of what most people do. Most people multitask. Millionaires monotask. Most people bounce between apps. Millionaires shut everything off. Most people work while distracted. Millionaires work with tunnel vision. They understand the science. Distraction resets your focus for 23 minutes. Just one notification destroys your momentum. So they eliminate the phone, social media, email, noise, interruptions, unnecessary meetings, environmental chaos. Then they ask themselves one question. What is the one task that produces the most money, progress, or impact? And that becomes the only thing they touch. No switching, no checking, no scrolling, no bouncing. They build momentum until the task is complete. This is why a millionaire can accomplish in 2 hours what others fail to achieve in 10. Deep work is their superpower. Chapter 13, The Disappear Daily Strategy. You saw this in the competitor scripts, and now we refine it here. Successful people disappear for 2 to 4 hours every day, not to rest, not to escape, not to hide, but to work on the life they haven't built yet. This is the productivity gap between rich and poor. The average person is busy. The millionaire is productive. The average person is accessible all day. The millionaire is inaccessible during their peak hours. The average person lets the world interrupt them. The millionaire blocks the world out. And here's the key. Consistency beats intensity. Daily disappearance beats occasional bursts. If you disappear daily to improve your skills, create value, build projects, learn, create, think, or execute, your entire life will change within 6 months. Not because you tried harder, but because you worked differently. Chapter 14, The Restoration Routine, The Secret Sauce of Longevity. Let's talk about something extremely important. Most people burn out. Millionaires build systems that prevent burnout. Their routine includes restoration, which means strategic pauses, breaks to reset, moments of reflection, mental detachment, emotional processing, recovery. They don't push 10 hours straight. They use cycles. High focus, short reset. High focus, short reset. This keeps energy high, motivation steady, and clarity sharp. Rest is not laziness. Rest is fuel. Millionaires know that exhaustion destroys creativity, and creativity is the source of opportunity. If you want wealth, you cannot grind yourself into dust. You need a restoration protocol. The wealthy never forget this. Your brain is your money machine. If you burn the machine, the money stops. Friend, write your opinion on this topic in the comments. Do you agree with us or not? I'm interested to hear your thoughts. Chapter 15, What the Middle Class Gets Wrong About Routines. Here is one of the harshest truths in this audiobook. Most middle-class routines are built for survival. Millionaire routines are built for expansion. The average routine focuses on comfort, convenience, entertainment, coping, killing time. Meanwhile, millionaire routines focus on growth, progress, learning, building, discipline, momentum, clarity. The average person structures their day around what feels good. The millionaire structures their day around what builds good things. The middle class asks, "Do I feel like doing it?" The millionaire asks, "Will doing this move me forward?" That difference, tiny in words, enormous in impact, is the dividing line between stagnation and success. What you do daily determines what you become permanently. This is why copying a millionaire routine works, not because it magically gives you money, but because it transforms you into a person capable of creating wealth. Chapter 16, The Millionaire. Evening routine, the system that locks in your growth. If the morning routine creates momentum, the evening routine protects it. Most people ruin their next day the night before. Millionaires prepare for their next day the night before, because they understand a truth few ever master. Your night determines your morning. Your morning determines your day. Your day determines your life. Here's how millionaires close their day with precision, not chaos. 1. The shutdown ritual. 10 minutes. Millionaires don't end their day with random scrolling, TV noise, or mental fog. They perform a shutdown ritual that clears the mind, resets the emotional state, releases the stress of the day, prevents overthinking, gives their brain permission to rest. This can be a short walk, stretch, shower, light cleanup, desk reset, meditation. The ritual signals, work is done. Rest begins now. This protects their mental health, emotional clarity, and creative energy. 2. The tomorrow setup, 5 to 10 minutes. Millionaires do not wake up unprepared. They choose tomorrow's clothes, set up the workspace, write the 3 most important tasks, remove unnecessary items, set alarms or reminders, eliminate morning friction. Here's why this matters. Every decision you make in the morning weakens your discipline. Millionaires save their willpower for high-value tasks, not trivial choices. The average person wastes mornings deciding. Millionaires wake up ready to execute. 3. The reflection journal, 5 minutes. Millionaires stay emotionally intelligent because they review their day with honesty. They ask, "What did I do well today? What slowed me down? What drained my energy? What energized me? What needs to change tomorrow?" This is not Dear Diary writing. This is optimization. A millionaire evaluates themselves every night like a CEO reviewing a company. They do not wait until their life collapses to adjust. Daily reflection creates daily improvement. Daily improvement creates exponential results. 4. Digital detox, 30-60 minutes. The wealthy understand that the brain needs a buffer between stimulation and sleep. They power down. Social media, notifications, screens, messages, dopamine loops. Why? Because your brain cannot shut down instantly after overstimulation. You sleep deeply when your brain winds down slowly. This restores creativity, discipline, motivation, emotional stability, decision-making power. While the average person scrolls into exhaustion, the millionaire prepares for a powerful morning. 5. The sleep rule, non-negotiable. Millionaires have a secret sleep rule. If you don't sleep, you don't succeed. Not because sleep is comfortable, but because sleep is fuel. During sleep, your brain repairs itself. Stress resets. Memory strengthens. Emotional stability improves. Problem-solving increases. Discipline refills. Creativity multiplies. Your brain is a multi-million-dollar machine. Sleep is its maintenance. Millionaires treat sleep as a tool, not a luxury. This is why their routine never collapses. It is built on energy, not exhaustion. Chapter 17, The Weekly Reset, the 1% System. Week to week, most people repeat the same mistakes. Millionaires repeat the same improvements. Every week, they do a reset ritual that keeps their life on track. This routine changes everything. Let's break it down. Dear friend, if you're listening right now, it means you're not like most people. Tell me, what are you working to change in your life? 1. The audit. What worked? What didn't? Once a week? Millionaires look at their life with ruthless honesty. They ask, what moved me forward? What wasted my time? What drained me emotionally? What made me better? What broke my momentum? What needs to be eliminated? The wealthy inspect their lives the way a surgeon inspects a patient. Calm, precise, unemotional, clear. The average person avoids self-review because they fear what they'll find. Millionaires seek it because improvement is the foundation of success. 2. The calendar cleanse. Every week, they remove unnecessary obligations, low-value meetings, distracting people, draining environments, activities that don't align with goals. Millionaires protect their calendar the same way others protect money, because time is worth far more than money. They ask, is this obligation worth trading my future for? Most things are not, so they cut aggressively. 3. The skill upgrade plan. Every week, the wealthy do something most people never do. They evaluate their skill development. Money doesn't come from working hard. Money comes from becoming valuable. Millionaires ask, what skill am I currently building? Did I improve this week? What do I need to practice next? What can I learn that increases my earning potential? They know skills, value, wealth. No skills, no value, no wealth. It really is that simple. 4. Resetting the environment. Millionaires understand that environment shapes behavior, so they reset their environment weekly. Cleaning the workspace, organizing tools, refreshing notebooks, restocking essentials, decluttering, removing friction. A clean environment creates a clean mind. A clean mind produces clear results. 5. The weekly vision review. Millionaires look at their goals every week. Income goals, health goals, relationship goals, business goals, long-term vision, because they know you cannot hit a target you never look at. Most people set goals once a year. Millionaires check them weekly. This keeps ambition alive and direction sharp. Chapter 18. The monthly audit, the system that creates exponential growth. Monthly. The wealthy zoom out and review the bigger picture. Finances, habits, routines, progress, setbacks, emotional patterns, systems, relationships. This is not just goal setting. This is course correction. If you adjust your direction by 1 degree every month, you transform your entire life by year's end. This is why millionaires grow fast. They correct fast. The average person corrects once their life is already on fire. Millionaires correct early, so their life never burns. Chapter 19. The Millionaire. Mindset behind all routines. Let's reveal the psychological core behind everything so far. Millionaires do not follow routines because they love discipline. They follow routines because structure, freedom. Routine draws power, consistency, cost, or transformation. Routines are not about willpower, they are about automation. Automation turns difficult habits into effortless patterns. The wealthy automate. Focus, discipline, clarity, progress, self-control, presence, decision-making. Because they know you don't rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your routines. This entire audiobook is about raising that level. Chapter 20. The Millionaire. Processing System. How the rich think through life. Most people react to life. Millionaires process life. There's a difference. Reacting is emotional. Processing is strategic. Reacting drains your energy. Processing multiplies it. Reacting makes you impulsive. Processing makes you powerful. Here is the internal system millionaires use every day, often unconsciously. Step 1. Pause before responding. Millionaires rarely rush into action. They pause, not out of hesitation, but out of control. This pause creates emotional space, mental clarity, strategic thinking, reduced mistakes. Most people respond instantly from insecurity, fear, or ego. Millionaires wait that extra 3 seconds, and those 3 seconds save them years. Step 2. Assess energy, not just facts. The wealthy look at the energy behind decisions. Does this drain me or fuel me? Does this person bring chaos or clarity? Does this opportunity expand me or distract me? Money follows energy. Growth follows energy. Success follows energy. The average person ignores their internal signals. Millionaires treat internal signals as data. Step 3. Identify the real problem, not the surface issue. A poor thinker asks, "Why is this happening to me?" A millionaire asks, "What is the real variable I need to adjust?" They slice through noise and get to the root. Example, if they're overwhelmed, they simplify. If they lack time, they remove tasks. If they lack motivation, they adjust environment. If revenue drops, they evaluate skills, not excuses. This is why millionaire progress is fast. They fix the real issue immediately. Step 4. Make the smallest high-impact move. Millionaires don't look for huge solutions. They look for high-leverage solutions. A small shift that creates a big effect. They ask, what is the one action that changes everything else? And they do that first. This habit turns complexity into clarity. Step 5. Return to neutral. Neutral thinking is one of the rarest abilities on earth. Millionaires don't stay high on wins. They don't drown in losses. They return to neutral and continue. Neutral means no ego, no panic, no pressure, no emotional spiral. It means operating from clarity, not chaos. When you master neutrality, you become unstoppable. Chapter 21. The Identity Shift Model. The real reason millionaires win. Most people try to change actions. Millionaires change identity. And identity changes everything. Your actions, your habits, your choices, your tolerance, your results, your income. Here's the simple but revolutionary formula millionaires use. 1. Identity. 2. Habits. 3. Results. If your identity says, I'm inconsistent, I procrastinate, I'm bad with money, I'm unlucky, I can't change, then no habit or routine can save you. You will always return to who you believe you are. Millionaires upgrade identity first. I am a disciplined person. I am a builder. I am a learner. I am an executor. I create value. I am capable of wealth. Identity is a thermostat. If yours is set low, you will sabotage anything high. Chapter 22. The 4 Rare Disciplines of Billionaires. Not millionaire habits, billionaire disciplines. These are rare, these are uncomfortable, these are powerful. 1. The discipline of long silence. Billionaires spend long, uninterrupted time alone, thinking, planning, strategizing, reevaluating, vision building. Most people fear silence. Billionaires search for it, because clarity is born in silence. 2. The discipline of delayed emotion. Billionaires do not act from emotion. They delay it. They wait, observe, analyze, let the emotion fade, then they act logically. This prevents public mistakes, emotional damage, poor decisions, unnecessary conflict. The average person chooses the fast emotion. Billionaires choose the correct action. 3. The discipline of micro-consistency. The world thinks billionaires work massively. Wrong. They work consistently. Small improvements, daily adjustments, tiny optimizations. And those micro-improvements compound into empires. People chase intensity. Billionaires trust consistency. 4. The discipline of investing in themselves. First, before they invest in companies, before they invest in real estate, before they invest in opportunities, they invest in skills, mindset, coaches, health, knowledge, environment, emotional growth. Because they know you can lose every investment, but you can never lose who you've become. Chapter 23. The routine that multiplies opportunity. Almost no one knows this. There is one routine millionaires use that creates more opportunities than any other, but very few people talk about it. It's called the daily exposure habit. Every day, millionaires expose themselves to new information, new people, new ideas, new problems, new industries, new environments, new methods, new experiences. Because exposure expands awareness, and awareness expands opportunity. Most people live in mental confinement. Millionaires live in mental expansion. They ask, what new thing can I expose myself to today? A new perspective can unlock a new result. A new idea can unlock a new income stream. A new environment can unlock a new identity. Exposure is the seed of wealth. Chapter 24. The routine that 10x's discipline, the 20-minute principle. This routine is simple. It sounds basic, but it transforms lives. Millionaires use the 20-minute principle to build any habit. Do the habit for just 20 minutes every day, no matter what. Why 20 minutes? Because it's small enough to start, big enough to create momentum, short enough to repeat forever, long enough to see progress, consistent enough to compound massively. 20 minutes of learning, reading, building, studying, training, connecting, planning every day for 365 days will outperform someone who works in random bursts. Small consistency beats random intensity every time. Chapter 25. The power of disappearing daily. The deep work rule. This is the routine from your competitor transcripts that the 1% obsess over. It is simple. Disappear for 2 to 4 hours a day. No distractions, no noise, no one else's opinions. During this time, millionaires build, think, plan, create, solve, innovate, strategize, grow. This is where the real transformation happens. You cannot become wealthy in public. You build wealth in silence. You cannot master your craft in chaos. Mastery happens in solitude. You cannot level up in distraction. Growth requires attention. This daily disappearance is where ideas are born, businesses are built, skills are refined, decisions are made, legacy is created. Most people want success, but they never disappear long enough to create it. Chapter 26. The networking routine of the 1%, the silent advantage. There is a myth that networking is loud, that you must be charismatic, outgoing, constantly talking, constantly social. Millionaires know the truth. Networking is not talking. Networking is positioning. It's not about being seen. It's about being remembered. It's about being valuable. It's about being aligned. The average person tries too hard, talks too much, tries to impress, forces connections, appears needy, chases people. The millionaire listens deeply, speaks with precision, asks strong questions, positions themselves calmly, offers value without being asked, connects authentically. Millionaires follow a very quiet, very strategic networking routine. 1. They connect before they need anything. Most people network only when they want something. Millionaires don't. They build relationships when they have nothing to ask for, which is why those relationships are real. 2. They give. First, millionaires ask themselves, what can I contribute before I take anything? Sometimes it's advice and introduction, a resource, encouragement, perspective, insight, a skill. Their reputation grows long before they make requests. 3. They ask uncommon questions. A poor networker asks, what do you do? A millionaire asks, what are you excited about right now? What challenge are you solving? What skill are you trying to build this year? What's the most important thing in your life currently? One question can make someone remember you for 10 years. 4. They protect their network like treasure. Millionaires are very selective with people, not out of arrogance, but out of responsibility. They understand your network is an ecosystem. Every introduction is a risk. Every connection is a reflection of you. They curate with care and protect with intention. 5. They follow the 2-minute rule. If someone enters their mind, they message them within 2 minutes. Thinking of you. How's the project going? Want to catch up soon? Sending good energy your way. Not needy, not pushy, just human. This creates a powerful effect. They stay on the radar of powerful people without making noise. 6. They create value signals. Millionaires don't brag. They let their actions signal their value. Consistency, discipline, clarity, integrity, growth, results, emotional control. These signals speak louder than words. 7. They maintain a small inner circle, but a large outer network. Inner circle. Trust, outer circle. Opportunity. The poor confuse the two. Millionaires master the balance. Dear friend, comment one word that describes your mindset right now. Just one word. Chapter 27. The Learning System of Millionaires. The 1-hour investment. Millionaires have a secret advantage. They learn differently. Most people consume content for entertainment. Millionaires consume content for transformation. They follow a strict learning system. 1 hour of learning per day, non-negotiable, every day, 365 days a year. Not scrolling, not random videos, not emotional noise. Real learning, reading, studying, analyzing, practicing, applying, reflecting. 1 hour a day, 365 hours per year. That's the equivalent of a full university semester, every single year. No wonder they outperform everyone. 2, they learn for depth, not trends. Most people chase new information. Millionaires master foundational information. They'd rather study one topic deeply than consume 100 topics superficially, because depth creates mastery, and mastery creates wealth. 3, they learn from results, not theories. Millionaires constantly study their habits, their emotions, their mistakes, their routines, their conversations, their decisions, their patterns. They learn from life, not just books. And life is the best teacher if you pay attention. 4. They learn from mentors and models. Millionaires know you don't need to reinvent success. You copy frameworks, you model behavior, you study patterns, you decode decision-making, you reduce experimentation through mentorship. They ask, who already has the result I want? What can I learn from their path? One good mentor can save you 10 years. 5. They apply immediately. Millionaires learn something and apply it the same day. The average person learns and forgets it the same week. Application is the difference between knowledge and transformation. Chapter 28. The health routine that creates millionaire momentum. Millionaires don't work harder than everyone else. They recover harder because energy is a currency richer than money. Here's the health routine most millionaires quietly follow. 1. They treat sleep like a business meeting. They schedule it, protect it, respect it, because sleep impacts creativity, decision-making, self-control, discipline, mood, memory energy, hunger, risk, tolerance, health. If you fix your sleep, you fix half your problems. 2. They practice daily movement, not fitness guilt. Millionaires don't force 2-hour workouts. They focus on consistency. Walking, stretching, strength training, mobility, short workouts, habit stacking. Movement fuels clarity. Clarity fuels execution. 3. They eliminate low-vibration foods. Not for aesthetics, for energy, they avoid sugar crashes, heavy meals, inflammation, bloating, brain fog. They want their body to be a weapon, not a weight. 4. They reduce decision fatigue. Millionaires simplify clothes, routines, food choices, morning habits, environment, so they can save their mind for high-value decisions, because decision fatigue kills productivity more than laziness. 5. They regulate stress like professionals. Millionaires have stress rituals. Journaling, cold exposure, grounding, meditation, deep work, solitude, breathing, silence. Not because they're weak, but because they're responsible. When your mind is calm, your life becomes powerful. Chapter 29. The execution model of millionaires. Why they always finish. Here is where millionaires truly separate from the average person. Everyone can dream, everyone can plan, everyone can start. Millionaires finish. Why? Because they use a unique execution model. 1. They don't set goals. They set systems. Average people set goals. Millionaires design systems. A goal says, I want to lose weight. A system says, I exercise at 6 a.m. every day. A goal says, I want to make more money. A system says, I create for 3 hours daily without distraction. Systems win, goals fade. 2. They master one thing at a time. Most people start 10 habits, change 10 things, chase 10 goals. Millionaires choose one mission and go all in. Focus is the ultimate wealth multiplier. 3. They prioritize completion over perfection. The average person waits for perfect. Millionaires ship early and refine later. You can't improve what you haven't created. 4. They remove blockers aggressively. Millionaires are not afraid to eliminate people, habits, tasks, routines, distractions, environments, commitments. They cut fast. Most people hold on too long. 5. They use execution windows. Short bursts of intense focus protected at all costs. This is why they work less and get more done. Chapter 30. Environment, the invisible hand that controls your life. Here's a secret most people never realize. Your environment is stronger than your willpower. You may think you make your own decisions, but the truth is, your environment shapes your discipline, your habits, your thoughts, your confidence, your identity, your emotional stability, your productivity, your financial actions. Millionaires understand this deeply. That's why they engineer their environment with scientific precision. This is one of the most powerful millionaire routines you can copy immediately. 1. They design an environment that forces success. Millionaires don't depend on motivation. They design conditions that make winning inevitable. They make it hard to fail by removing distractions, limiting temptations, simplifying choices, keeping their space clean, keeping their tools ready, placing reminders strategically, controlling inputs. Your environment should pull you toward your goals, not drag you away from them. 2. They treat their workspace like a sacred temple. Millionaires don't work in chaos. They work in clarity. Their environment sends a message. This is where results happen. No clutter, no noise, no energy drains, no chaos. Physical environment influences mental execution. Clean desk, clean mind, clean direction. 3. They curate their informational environment. Millionaires guard their attention like a priceless asset. They avoid gossip, drama, emotional chaos, fear-based content, negativity, comparison traps, low-quality entertainment. Because information is not neutral. Everything you consume is programming your mind. They consume strategically. Biographies, business lessons, psychology, mindset training, new skills, industry insights. The poor consume to escape life. The rich consume to build life. 4. They structure their digital environment. Millionaires turn their phone into an asset, not a distraction. They turn off notifications, delete time-wasting apps, hide social media from the home screen, organize their files, use productive digital tools, optimize their devices for speed, keep a clean calendar. Their phone becomes a workstation, not a playground. 5. They engineer energy zones. Millionaires build 3 zones. Zone 1, focus zone, where deep work happens. No noise, no interruptions, phone away, door closed. Zone 2, recharge zone, where they reset the mind. Reading, walking, breathing, grounding. Zone 3, strategy. Zone where planning happens. Whiteboards, notebooks, vision boards, intentional thinking. Their home is not random. It's a machine designed to produce high-level results. 6. They eliminate environmental leaks. Environmental leaks are hidden things that drain energy. Toxic people, constant noise, clutter, unhealthy food visible, chaotic schedule, unclean room, people who take more than they give, notifications, emotional triggers. Millionaires remove these leaks quickly, because anything that drains your energy steals your future before you notice. Before we continue, I want to say, my dear friend, if you are watching this video, then you are definitely on the right track. Like, subscribe, and write in the comments which topic or problem interests you the most. Chapter 31. Emotional Control, the Millionaire Advantage. This is one of the biggest differences between average people and millionaires. Most people live emotionally. Millionaires live intentionally. The average person reacts. Millionaires respond. The average person gets triggered. Millionaires stay centered. The average person operates from impulses. Millionaires operate from principles. This single skill, emotional regulation, is one of the top reasons millionaires win consistently. Let's break down the routine they use. 1. They never make decisions in emotional storms. Millionaires know anger destroys clarity. Fear destroys opportunity. Insecurity destroys vision. Impatience destroys compounding. So their rule is simple. If emotion is high, decision-making is low. They wait until mind is calm, body is grounded, breath is steady, logic returns. Then they decide. This prevents 99% of life disasters. 2. They don't absorb other people's chaos. Millionaires do not let someone's mood, someone's insecurity, someone's anger, someone's crisis, someone's drama pierce their emotional field. They have boundaries, not walls. Boundaries protect your potential. 3. They practice emotional detachment, not coldness, not apathy. Detachment, clarity. Millionaires detach from outcomes, validation, opinions, noise, ego, short-term discomfort. This allows them to stay calm under pressure, think long-term, and execute powerfully. 4. They use response delays. Millionaires delay, replying when upset, reacting when triggered, speaking when emotional, emailing when frustrated, posting when offended. This protects reputation, preserves relationships, and elevates their leadership. Silence is often the most intelligent response. 5. They focus on internal mastery, not external control. Poor mindset. I need everyone to behave perfectly so I can feel okay. Millionaire mindset. I master myself so nothing can shake me. This is why millionaires stay stable in chaos. Their stability comes from within. 6. They use calmness as a strategic weapon. Millionaires know the calmer you are, the more others follow you, the more you see opportunities, the more you make intelligent moves, the more life bends toward you. Calmness is magnetic. Calmness is influence. Calmness is power. Chapter 32. The Millionaire. Life Strategy Model. This is the part where everything comes together. Most people live life by accident. Millionaires live life by architecture. They follow a life strategy model that gives them stability, direction, and power. Here is the exact framework. 1. The vision. 10 years. Who do you want to become? What life do you want to live? What level of freedom do you want? This is the big picture. 2. The plan. 3 years. What must be built? What skills must be mastered? What systems must be created? This creates momentum. 3. The priority. 1 year. What single transformation would change everything? This creates clarity. 4. The commitments. 90 days. What will you execute now? What will you focus on intensely? This creates progress. 5. The routine. 24 hours. What actions will you take daily that make the future inevitable? This creates identity. This model is how millionaires think. This is why they move differently. This is why they progress quickly. This is why they surpass everyone. They are not lucky. They are strategic. Chapter 33. The Awakening Moment. There comes a moment in every self-transformation journey where something clicks. You feel it in your chest. You know it in your bones. A moment where you stop dreaming about a new life and you start becoming the person who lives it. That moment is right now. Because you no longer know the millionaire routine, you understand it. You see why it works. You feel where it's taking you. You recognize the parts of yourself that were waiting for this structure, this direction, this level of clarity and discipline. There is no going back. You've crossed the doorway. Final words. The routine that builds a new life. Listen carefully. Your life will not change because you listen to this audiobook. Your life will change because you apply what you heard, because you decide, I will not live another year repeating my old patterns. I will not sabotage my own growth again. I will not let distractions win anymore. I will build the future I keep imagining. The millionaire routine is not optional, not anymore. Not for who you are becoming, not for the life you want to live, not for the greatness that is waiting dormant inside you. From this moment forward, you wake up with intention. You move with discipline. You act with purpose. You execute with clarity. You build with consistency. You rest with intention. You become unstoppable. This is the beginning of the version of you that will shock everyone who doubted you. Remember this: a new life begins the moment you commit to a new routine. Now go build your new life silently, powerfully, relentlessly. And when the world finally sees your results, they'll call you lucky. Let them. You'll know the truth. You earned it.